Okay. Oh wow. See a red dot here. Yep. What is this? Anti-tank. Infantry anti-tank unit there. I see somebody over here. The mortars are still alive. That's kind of scary. And these guys. Not sure how we're still able to see them. Okay, well, let's have a look at the replay. Oh. Get them over there. Okay. Okay. We're laying on the artillery real thick there. He seems to have figured out where my mortars are. Not sure where that means. There must be enemy units up here. Anyway, let's inspect the troops first. There we go. Blasted with mortar fire, so I'll expect a little bit of suppression on some of them. Oh yeah, that squad took a big hit. Wow. Okay. The one that was here, they are quite weakened. Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you have a squad that's on its own and there's nobody to support it. So my advance here is messy. It's just not really done well. Oh well. We live and learn. It's only digital soldiers. So these. Okay, no, these are the ones that took the hit. Okay. Okay, now these are the ones that took the hit. Let's see. Yep, they've taken 4. I think that's probably enough for them. I mean, they're down to half strength now. So, yeah, only time to get them out of there. This platoon's actually taken quite a beating. The one up here has done quite a bit better. Mainly because I mean, there's not really been that much resistance at the top of the hill, so that's helped. Rally him once. We get another rally attempt later, maybe. Okay, well, moving on. Apparently he's still firing. I don't really believe that. I got lucky with that one because there was mortar rounds landed on top of the Panzerjäger. Almost took him out. They only a 2-man squad, so it doesn't really take much. Okay, so next platoon. fire close to them, but it looks like they weren't affected. Okay. Okay, well, for deployment waves its finger at me again. Yeah, deploying that platoon all the way back there, completely useless. Okay. Well, they can see an enemy. They can actually see him there. And so can they. That's helpful. Okay, the scout survived somehow. Oh. Yeah, because of the mortar fire. I'm really surprised that that landed before he got a chance to take a shot. I wonder if he lost sight of him. That's a possibility. Wasn't sure if he was still there. I don't know. And also, my opponents confirmed that the way the behavior of the Czech infantry, well, the Czech troops in general, is a national characteristic in the game. They break very easily. So, and unlike the Soviets, they don't get better in the later war years because, well, the Czechs they weren't really actively involved in the war, so there wasn't much opportunity for them to get better. So they kind of sucked through the whole war, which is really kind of sad. I mean, in the game, not in reality. In the game, no idea whether their national characteristic is how accurate it is in the game. I mean, it's just something that Magic Games put in to try and make the game a little bit more closer to reality, but yeah, who knows? I mean, who knows whether that's correct. So I'm really surprised that this unit is still here. My mortar fire should have landed after he got a chance to fire, and there's mortar squad right here. Wow. Okay. I'll have to look to see if he's the one who can see that. And we can see that from here. We can actually see 2 units now. Where? Oh, that one. Yes, that one. And probably one over here, guessing. Anyway. Okay, and he's definitely probing ahead here. That's kind of what I expected. The real question is, what else is there? Don't know. Well, enemy seen there. Well, figure out what that is, if it's the same ones. Okay, so I'm guessing that. Yeah, okay, well, they're pretty far back, so anyway. Trying to figure out how he could have figured that out. Well, you might just look for the smoke cloud, because I mean, the game gives it away, right? Your mortars put out this huge cloud of smoke, so I mean, I don't know whether that's a legitimate thing or not, but it does give your artillery's position away. So even if you hide them, like if you hide them in trees, I mean, if the player looks around, they can figure it out. Now, there may be other units up here. That's what I'm thinking right now. Anyway, moving on. Did any of those actually cause any suppression? No. Okay. The mortar fire wasn't very accurate, so that's probably why. And they can still see somebody. They only see one, so nothing's changed there. Yeah, you get there. Okay, well. So the question is what to do. I don't actually have to do anything, really. Because I'm actually pretty satisfied with the current situation. There's no point in trying to really push forward. There's nothing to gain. With a few more turns, yes, I could. Maybe move in here. I doubt it though. This is the problem with attacking up through the side, is that these Victory Hexes are not really easily accessible from here. You have an open area behind on the side of them, so I mean you can easily position machine guns around here. It's easy to defend it, and the way the line of sight works, I mean, moving out to the edge here will give you complete line of sight, but it also means that you won't be spotted right away, considering how close they are. These units are routed, so in fact, moving out would probably not be the worst thing. I don't know. Do I want to? Is there any point? As it stands now, there is. I think it'll probably be a draw. So, because like I said, my losses have not been significant. I've only lost one from the squad, which is the only expensive thing. If I pull this one back, it'll be a draw, and that's fine for me. I mean, that's pretty much what you expect for play by email. It's more important what the losses are, and that the relative losses are much more significant. And unfortunately, the Czech forces tend to break, and when the squads are broken, they're easy to pick off. So that's good to know that, actually. I mean, it's good to know which countries are difficult to play. Soviets in the early wars, now apparently the Czechs. I did not realize that. You know, it's good to know which countries are more difficult to play. It's not. I mean, it's not that they can never be played, but it requires a lot more experience to get more out of them. Actually, it requires more units. It requires more than you normally would want to balance to balance it out. So like Soviets, you'd want 2 or 3 times as many as what your opponent has, because it doesn't work that way in points battles, because the points balance out, right? So now I don't know from here. There actually is a line of sight, I think, from this position. If I select him, zoom out. Now, is it possible that there's enemy units here already? It's possible. I mean, it's entirely possible that he's moved up this far already. And these Victory Hexes are very, very valuable, so let's look. I can't see that from there. Okay, I can see it from there. Now, it's actually impossible. He's all the way up here already. Yeah, because if he's moving very slowly, then you know, it's entirely possible he's all the way up here already. Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, it was not my planning for this battle was poor, and I consider it to be a bad plan. It was better than nothing, but it really hasn't. It has not really worked out to my benefit at all. I think it was more at disadvantage. Disadvantaged myself way too much in this battle. Question is, what else is out around here? I don't think that anti-tank, the infantry anti-tank team is all by itself. It's probably a recon squad close by. That's usually the bait. The one you see moving is the one you're expected to see. I've let that from playing against the human player. It's quite a useful useful skill to learn. Not quite there yet. Being able to get my units noticed when I want them to be noticed. My tendency is to make everything stay as hidden as long as possible, which doesn't really show you where the enemy is. Okay, so I think that's not what you can do here. Like I say, my philosophy is to play like this another turn, but honestly I don't know what I would do in the next turn if I were to try to continue moving up here. This platoon is quite weak. This one is quite strong, but they're taking on a tank. Yes, they are routed. These units are routed, but I haven't actually seen any. There's probably others around, right? That's what I have to assume. So, yeah, if there was another turn, what would I do? I mean, if I look at it that way. And I don't know, honestly. I would probably, actually, I would, given that these are very weak, and my other platoon is way too far back away due to my stupid deployment. I think I'm done, to be honest. Now, just in case there's mortar fire showing up, I might actually separate this one. Now, question is where to put them. Okay, well, let's look at moving the recon first if I need to. I'm going to leave these guys here. There's not much more I need to do with them. This recon on this side. Is there anybody else, anything they can see here? Oh, careful. You only see units up here. Well, I mean, one of the things I'm finding helpful is reviewing the video afterwards shows me what I could have done better. And I'm finding it quite a useful tool for self-education, basically. I don't think it teaches anybody else anything. Like my gameplay is really not quite at an experienced enough level for that. But I do notice things, and of course, applying it for the next battle, or applying that knowledge for the next, the next time is the difficult part. Being able to recognize that this is a similar circumstance. So, who can he actually see? He says he can see 2. And one of those annoying things about the game, the indicator that says you can see a unit is actually harder to see than the indicator that says you can't see it. Way to go. So it must be, well, we don't, these are not rallied, so it must be one of these. No, I already figured that out. My bad. It's gotta be this one over here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, which is not very useful. You can see 4 units. One there, one there. Can't actually see that one. Okay, he moved that one, I think. Now, question is, should I leave him there? I don't have anybody else that has line of sight though, so it's probably useful. I suspect artillery will land. Considering he's in line of sight of them, I actually am surprised they didn't hit him with that. I don't know what happened there. Is it possible that he's lost sight of them? I didn't look at what's the log. Looked at this earlier. Yeah, well, that's why the casualty was so bad. There were 2 rifle squads beating up on on the Schützen. Yeah, that's, well, when you have when you have playing a side that's weaker, that's the way to do it. You have to get more firepower. You have to focus your firepower. That was a lot of mortars on the Czech side. Okay, well, so the question is to pull them back. I think I will. There's absolutely no reason to leave them there. I don't need line of sight on them anymore, and there's a risk that he, I mean, he's now down to half strength, right? So if I lose him, then the amount of points goes up a bit. I gotta pull him back. Just to save him. And I'm actually gonna push this recon out a bit. Because I don't think what about from here? Well, the weird thing is if he's had units in that could see back here, then I'm surprised he hasn't hit the machine guns. They were a little bit annoying, I think. So I can't see in that area. But he can. Unfortunately, that doesn't really help. Because they're far away, so if something's moving very slowly, then it's still not visible to you. So it's actually, I mean, there's a distinct possibility that there's a squad up here, a recon squad up here that's actually has seen that. I don't know, like, oh, like I said, he could figure it out from where the smoke is. That works too. So, am I gonna advance them? No, I'm not gonna. So we'll just save that squad. Make sure that he can't be killed. I think there's more mortar fire landing, so I might probably want to get this one. Move him back, I think. And then if there was more turns, I would actually move this one up to the front because he's in a little bit better shape. Yeah, they've only taken 1 damage. The other one has taken 2 damage. Yeah, that's the platoon's been beat up a little bit. Let's see if he'll rally. Yeah, he rallies enough to move. Let's bring him back. Now we've lost sight of. There was a squad here. I think I should leave it like that. There's no... I really can't see what else. Because that's the problem. Like, well, if, you know, my philosophy is to play every turn like this is going to be another one. And so now, when I think what would I do the next turn, I'd probably rearrange these so that to get the, like, these stronger squads up here. But that would take time. And there's no point in doing that now, but that's what I would plan on doing if there really was another turn. Just to think ahead, right? Just to continue that process of, well, what would happen next time? So is there anything worthwhile doing now that would, you know, help reflect that? Probably. I need to. I know there's a squad up here because we took. Actually, from this position, they could hit me from there. So it might be that one. So moving up this way, not a good idea. Well, he was on high ground here. I mean, he was on 15 slope. That's probably why he got spotted. Right, so this one would move up here. So the question is there anybody here? It's kind of hard to tell. So I don't have anybody who can actually see that. Yeah, yes I do. I think he can. However, if they're standing still, then it's going to be tough to see them. And I still don't know if there's anybody in this side. So until I get all of the stronger platoons up, stronger sections up, they probably won't be able to move. So I'm just going to leave them there. I mean, nothing's going to happen, so that they should be safe. Well, except for artillery fire. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. Yeah. Target was... Oh, the machine gun is still in that position. That's helpful. Let's see the other one. wonder if he has it set so that that's 16 hexes. Pretty far away. Chances don't actually change between those two. It's kind of interesting. Didn't get any hits on it though. Now, let's not fire again. Because if it was another turn, then that would give my position away. Somehow he hasn't figured out where those are. That's only 2%. Anyway, so there would be a way to suppress this machine gun from a distance, if it fired. And because these are routed, I could actually move up here and probably deal with some of them. The tank's only retreating, so it's actually still pretty dangerous. It can still opportunity fire. Routing is safe. Unless you get really close, because then special opportunity fires I think still kick in. Maybe, not 100% sure of that. I know there's a squad up here, so moving forward here will probably result in an opportunity fire from this position. They may have chased it back. I don't know. It's hard to be sure, since we don't have line of sight on it. Yeah, I wouldn't want to move up. I'm not comfortable with that idea. If he was planning to move forward, I'd rather wait for him to do that, because I mean, then he's attacking, moving up the hill and into the trees. He's going to be moving pretty quickly. But he didn't do that. He did move. This unit might have been here already, or it might have been moving up this side, because I didn't see it when I moved over here, and I didn't opportunity fire when I moved into that hex, so it must have shown up later. Okay, well, I think that's it. I can't see anything else I want to do. See if there's any options for artillery before the end of the game. Oops, wrong button. Stop pressing wrong buttons. Some of my units are out of contact because that's probably the result of being hit with mortar fire. Okay, so there's more artillery coming in. So there's more arriving there. Does it have any ammo left? There's a few rounds. We'll probably burn through that. Could I move it? Could I move it? Nope, leave them there. Let's look at the other one. Okay, that one's not quite. Okay, let's try that again. That's the one with the 8. Thing is, I don't know if there's anybody there, so that's probably not worth it. Best I can do is shift it here. That'll delay it a little bit. I think it should still ride before the end of the game. Yes, it does. Leave that like that. Okay, these two are out of contact, so they're not gonna be able to be much use. Oops. Oh, they did take a hit. Yep. They did take a hit. Yeah, they lost. They lost their mortars. Okay, that's good. And not much mortars there. Not much shots left there. Yeah. That what happens when you my mortars were hit, and that's probably the reason they're out of contact, and this one's been damaged. It's still showing that it can fire though, which is really weird, right? I mean, the mortar is broken because they don't have a mortar anymore. So what? How? So why is it still saying? This game. Yeah, I mean, it's still alive. And if they had any ammo left, they'd be helpful, but they don't. So. Yeah, that's it then. No, not gonna worry about it. So it's a good thing there isn't another turn. Well, yeah, I'm starting to run low on ammo already. So yeah, I mean, you really can't play. If you're gonna play longer battles, you need to have the ammo bearers and things like that, because otherwise, there's no way you can play 30 turns with just the ammo you started with. But I mean, that has to be agreed beforehand. And in the 15-turn battle, nobody would ever do that, I think. So, we'll agree to that. It's kind of pointless. Okay, I think I'm done. Yep, I cannot think of anything else I want to do. Yep, let's just wrap this up. That was very accurate. Okay, and there we have it. It's a draw. His losses were high, and not to mention he lost a tank. So, yeah. Playing the Czech side is difficult in an 800-point game. I suspect you probably need a lot more units to balance it out. But of course, in a points battle, that means the enemy has the same number of points you do, so it's kind of hard. I guess it's more a question of how you use it rather than just having more. And when you have only have one company, it's not. It's more difficult to keep, like you might use one company against the entire against one platoon of the Germans, and when you only have one company, then you can't really do anything else. So I don't know if it'd be that bad, like a whole company against a platoon. Probably not that bad. Maybe 2 platoons. I know for the Soviets in the early war, yeah, I mean the ratio is quite high. You know, if you used 1 platoon for the Germans, then you'd use 3 platoons. So an entire company, it's like 3 to 1, just to get the job done. Because in the early war, the Soviets were quite bad in the game. In real life, they were quite bad too, but that's mainly because there are reasons for that. I don't know what the reasons for it is for the Czechs like being like that in the game, but in real life, the Soviets, I mean, Stalin had purged a lot of his done a big purge of all of the best leaders, so they were not. There was a leadership problem in the military. But I mean, the game does a very good job of that. So, but it's good to know which nations are tricky to play, and which nations are not beginner friendly. And it seems the Czechs are one of those. So anyway, that's play by email number 6. The results are not really indicative of how well the battle went for me. I mean, this is more the weakness of the Czechoslovakian nation in the game, because they break very easily, and when they're broken, they run away. They don't fight back, and it's hard to manage units like that. I really feel that I didn't really plan well. But it shows that even a bad plan can work if the circumstances are right. But you can't always count on that. So I have to try and improve that. What I really got caught out by this time was the fact that it switched me to the other side of the map. I'm gonna have to. There doesn't seem to be a way to know that ahead of time, because I have not been able to get any definitive answer of how you could tell. So I think the best way is just to try things out, like just to set up a test game quickly to see what will happen, using the same nations and sides, and see if it switches you, and then you'll know when the real battle starts, right? I can't think of another way to get around that, because frankly, I need to know. um, I'm not experienced enough that I can just make it up on the fly. I need to, be thinking the whole way through if I'm going to improve. So I can't think of another way I can actually know ahead of time that which side I'd be on for sure. So anyway, that's it for play by email number 6. Not as interesting as play by email number 5 in my opinion, but still I learned a few things, and that's the most important thing. Okay,